What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the Boxing Clinic. You dig? Breaking down a vacant WBC super middleweight title fight between David Benavidez, who's looking to become the youngest super middleweight champion of the world this Friday. Bounce TV. I think it's still from the Hard Rock Cafe out there in Las Vegas at 20 years old. TMT Mayweather Promotions fighter Ronald Gavril of Romania, 18-1, 14 knockouts, 1 loss by decision in an 8-rounder. And this should be a good fight. You know, a little backdrop. Anthony Durrell and Callum Smith was originally supposed to fight for this vacant belt. But Jack, because he moved up and vacated the belt. Anthony Durrell tried to move the fight to Flint from Los Angeles. Callum Smith didn't like it. They asked Anthony Durrell to be a part of the World Boxing Super Series tournament. He didn't want to do it. Callum Smith ended up pulling out, and WBC accommodated him with a diamond belt in his first title bout in the his first bout in the World Boxing Super Series tournament. Then, when Anthony Durrell was learned that he had to fight David Benavidez, apparently he got injured at around the same time. I'm not saying that he, faked the injury, but I'm saying that he faked the injury at the same time to avoid David Benavidez. So David Benavidez got gifted with fighting Ronald Gavril, who was next in line down the WBC scale, which they did skip over a guy, but, this guy's with Mayweather Promotions, so he got the shot. I don't know why they skipped over the guy, but the guy wasn't of note, wasn't anybody special in my opinion. But David, if you haven't seen both of these guys fight, start with Ronald Gavril. I mean, he's trained by Eddie Mustafa Muhammad still. And, he's trying to mold him in the same way when he had Badou Jack. Both are, good body punchers. Both like to start off with the jab, even though Gavril can lead off with the right. He does some things that's unorthodox we can get into later. He likes to come forward and bring the pressure, but he's not really a classic pressure fighter, in the sense that he can, he's kind of calculated. He likes his distance. If you at the end of his punches and he's in the pocket where he likes to be, you at the end of his punches, you can hear the authority of his punches off his opponent's body. I can tell you that much. Good jab, good right hand as well, and he does some funky things with it, man. And David Benavidez, if a lot of people haven't seen this guy fight, he's looking to make history. Too bad it has to be on Bounce TV and not Showtime, because Bounce Production HD looks like you're watching it on old black and white TV sometime with just basic color. But no knock to Bounce TV, but there was. But David Benavidez is an aggressive puncher. He's 18-0, 17 knockouts. Usually likes to come forward and bang it out, but he has a lot of boxing skills. Abel Sanchez and Triple G gives him, stamp of approval. Sings his praises. He's done well versus Triple G. Turned pro at 16. Not in America, obviously. You have to be 18 in America. Moved over to Mexico and got some pro fights in. Guess he didn't want to do the amateur thing. That seemed to be a trend amongst most young United States fighters. But this guy's sparred with Peter Quillen, Gilberto Ramirez, Triple G, a lot of different people, man. Latif Coyote, the heavyweight that was a cruiserweight. He's done the damn thing. Moving up the ranks, very polished. Good hand speed. I'm not saying he's the fastest, but good hand speed, good power, and the record is not just overblown because he's been fighting subpar competition. He can really crack, and this is gonna be a good fight. He showed the ability to jump into the strategy part to be able to not just come forward and press the attack. In the Porky Medina fight, he was able to, fight off the ropes, fight on the back foot a little bit, punch with Porky Medina, sit in there and not just have to be the aggressor. He showed the ability to move backwards and still be able to still score and still be functionable. Most people who move backwards, that's usually aggressive. They put the earmuffs on and they're not as effective. Benavidez showed that versatility to his game, and Ronald Gavril has some of that. Ronald Gavril is not coming forward, he got the earmuffs on. He's going straight back. He letting you score, and then he's trying to catch you, trying to reset and then catch you when he's trying to set up his offense. Now, the thing about Ronald Gavril is that, he likes the jab. I told you he's like a clone of Badou Jack, because Eddie Mustafa wants to mold him like that, it looks like. but he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that hand speed or that explosive. But he's very good. And he's very polished. He knows what he wants to do. He has an amateur background, and that's kind of like his edge in this fight. That he's polished on the amateur end. Seen a lot of different styles. Has some success. Very good body puncher. And I think if he wants to win this fight, Friday, he wants to beat Benavidez's body, drain him. Even if you might lose a couple rounds, beat that body up, and then take the young fighter and drown him deep. I think his jab is definitely going to be a factor. Like the funky things he like to do, he like to shoot the jab and then he'll fall in and try to smother the work and then shoot the right hand to the body. He likes to come over top with the right hand. His body punching is very, very effective. Very, you hear the impact. Boom, boom, boom. You hear the impact. He turns into his punches well. That right hand is just a little trick. He likes to throw the left hook. Sometimes he get a little sloppy with that, in my opinion. But it was a lot of old footage of him. But sometimes he does get a little sloppy. But he's very composed. He knows what he wants to do. But if he's getting pushed backwards, he's not effective as going forward. And that's where I'm going to transition to David Benavidez. I think Benavidez can, go about winning this fight a couple ways. He can press the attack and try to go into a shootout with a good puncher, 18-1, 14 knockouts, only lost once by decision to Ronald Gavril. He can go about it trying to box Ronald Gavril, which I think he can do, using angles and boxing, sort of what he did with Porky Medina. Let him get his shots off and counter him and punch with him once he feels comfortable. I don't know if he's the bigger puncher than Porky Medina, but I think he's more of a calculated with his style, and I think he's just more polished than Porky Medina. But if I'm David Benavidez, I might want to, box early like he did versus Medina. Create distance, use your jab, turn defense into offense. With Ronald Gavril, he likes to get a little bit, a little bit too hungry in there, and then trying to counter him, and then press later for the knockout and pick up the steam and then knock him out. For Gavril, I think the body work early is key. Try to take this young guy and then knock him out. I think this fight definitely ends in a knockout. I like David Benavidez, 10th round technical knockout. I think he's just too much. I think he's just a class or two above Ronald Gavril. But Ronald Gavril is definitely not a big underdog where he couldn't win this fight. He definitely can win this fight. I just think it's going to be started with the body work. A lot of body work, and the jab, and slowing this kid down later in fights and taking him and drown him in the deep water. But I just like Benavidez, man. I like Benavidez. I like his style. I like him to turn defense into offense, and knock out Ronald Gavril in the 10th round. That's just my prediction. We gone.